Morning.
ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
वन्दे
वन्दे
गुरुपरम्पराम्
गुरुपरम्पराम्
ॐ
ॐ
सहना भवतु
सहना भवतु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सहनौ
सह
भुनक्तु
वीर्यं
सह
कर्वावहै
वीर्यं कर्वावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा
विद्विषावहै
विद्विषावहै
ॐ
ॐ
शान्ति
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 शान्तिः
शान्तिः
हरि ओम्.
हरि ओम्
हरि ओम्.
So we had seen the 17th mantra in the last class, Kaivalya Upanishad. We are now on the 18th mantra, so we will chant. Trishudhamsu yad bhogyam
त्रिषु धामसु
Trishubham
यद्भोग्यम्
Bhogyam
bhokta bhogascha yad bhavet
भोक्ता भोगश्च
Bhogavashchayat
यद्भवेत्
tebhyo vilakshana sakshi
तेभ्यो
Devyo
विलक्षणः
Vilakshana
साक्षी
Sakshi
chinmatroham sadashivaha.
चिन्मात्रोऽहं
Chinmatrom
सदाशिवः
Sadashiva.
It's all very, very beautiful mantras. It's all, we should be having all these by heart, committed to memory. So, aham vilakshanaha. I am different. Tebhyaha, from all those yat bhokta bhavet, which are the subject of experience, and also different from yat bhogyam, or the object of experience, and also different from cha bhogaha, instrument of experience. So I am different from the experiencer, the instrument of the experience, and the object of the experience. And what am I? Trishu dhamsu, in all the three states of awareness. Sakshi I am. I am this witness consciousness. Chinmatra, pure consciousness. Sada Shivaha, ever auspicious. Shiva means auspicious. Sada Shiva, eternally auspicious. So as you can see, these are all basically Mahavakyams. What's a Mahavakyam? Definition of Mahavakyam is what?
It's a Shastra
Jiva
Vakyam
Brahma
which
Aikyam.
gives the Aikyam of Jivatma Param.
Yes, any Vakyam which gives the oneness, the Aikyam between the Jivatma and the Paramatma. It's a Mahavakyam. It's not that we have only four Mahavakyams. The four Mahavakyams usually quoted are the four samples belonging to one Veda, each Veda. But there are a huge number of Mahavakyams in Upanishads because this is the definition. Any statement revealing the Aikyam between Paramatma and Jivatma is a Mahavakyam. This is one of those mantras. He says, Aham Sakshi. I am the original consciousness. I am the OC. And from my standpoint, from my own standpoint, I am called the Sakshi. Trishu Dhamsu. I am present in all the three states, but because I am associated with the three states, I have different names. So when I am associated with Jagrata Avastha, I am Vishwa. When I am associated with Swapna Avastha, I am Taijasa. When I am associated with Sushupti Avastha, I am Prajna. So I am there as the OC, but my names change because of the association of different upadhis. Right? So here the most common example we give is moonlight. We say moonlight is there because it is lighting up the night. Actually speaking, there is no moonlight at all. Moon does not have own light at all. It is basically only borrowed sunlight, right? The sunlight which falls on the moon has the capacity to illuminate the earth at night, and therefore it's called moonlight. Similarly, I, the OC, the original consciousness, I am associated with different bodies, with the Jagratapadi, Swapnapadi, Sushuptivasti. And I get different names. But basically, what is my nature? Consciousness. Intrinsic nature is consciousness. And in the three upadhis, there are different prapanchas experienced. So, yad bhogyam. In various universes, I am experiencing. This is the gross universe. Thula prapancha. There is subtle universe. Sukshma prapancha. And there is the causal, the karana prapancha. So, in all these three universes, bhokta, there are different experiences, right? So, Vishwa, Taijasa, and Prajna are different experiences in the different fields of experience. The three universes are the fields of experience. The Vishwa, the Taijasa, and the Prajna are the experiences. And all the experiences in these three fields, bhogascha yad bhavet, the three types of experiences in the form of thoughts in each of these universes. So the process of experience is all repetition only, but just to keep us aware of what is happening. The process of experience involves three things: the subject, the object, and the experience itself. It can also mean the experiencing instrument. So, bhokta, bhogyam, bhogaha. This is the process of an experience. Now, the question here is, which is the very basis of the Shastra, is am I the subject or am I different from the subject? It's a very, very, you know, subtle question. So, when I am experiencing something, remember the question, am I the subject or am I different from the subject, should not be answered, I am the subject. Why?
I can only be the subject if there is an object of experience.
Very good. So I can be the subject only when there is an object of experiences. Right? So I temporarily put on the role of subject when I'm experiencing an object. But once the object is gone, I lose my status as the subject. Right? In this class, for example, I have the status of acharya, teacher. But when the class is over, I don't go around outside saying I'm acharya, do I? People would laugh. So the students are there, the teacher is there, status is there. The students are gone, the teacher status is also gone. Person is not gone, the status is gone. And therefore, I, the Atma, enjoy the label of subject so long as the three universes are present, as the objects are present. And this group of three, subject, object, and experience itself, or even the experiencing instrument, this is what we call the triputi, the triad. And here he is saying that I am different from all three. So, tebhyo vilakshanaha. I, the Atma, am different from the bhogyam, the bhokta, as well as the bhogaha, the experiencer, the experienced object, and the instrument of experience. I, the Atma, am different from them. So, this is a very fundamental law of Vedanta. The experiencer is always different from what is experienced. Right? So then what is the answer to the question? Am I the subject or different from the subject? The answer is I am not the subject, nor am I different from the subject, or am I the object. When I am experiencing something, there is an object of experience. Because I need to experience that object, I am associated with an upadhi, and therefore I get the role of subject. When the object goes away, the subject also goes away, right? So the king minus the kingdom is only an individual, right? So minus the object, consciousness is not a subject, not even a subject. What is it? Chinmatro aham. Chit is consciousness. Matraha is only. So only pure consciousness. Aham, I am. I am the consciousness principle itself. And what about the emotions and the thoughts which are constantly flooding my mind? They belong to the mind. When I'm expressing through the upadhis, then my perception is clouded on account of the upadhi. And this is the definition of Jivatma. Therefore, he says Sadashivaha. That Jivatma is none other than the pure consciousness principle. But when that consciousness principle is expressing itself through the limited medium of an upadhi, then it is called Jivatma. And that is why Jivatma is the same as Sada, as Paramatma, Sadashivaha. The only difference is the upadhi has to be dropped. Once the upadhi is dropped, there is no difference at all. Jivatma is Paramatma. And that's why when we use the word I, we should be very clear about in what context it is being used. Right? When I say I am hungry, or I am tall, or I am fat, or different contexts. I am tall is in what context? In the context of the body. I am hungry is in the context of the body, but pranamaya kosha. I am sad is in the context of manomaya kosha. But when I say I am Brahman, there are no koshas there. I am the consciousness principle itself. So whenever I use the word I, and the use of the word I is not avoidable for us because all transactions you have to use the word I. But you at least should be clear in what context you're using. And when you use it, figuratively. So when you say that I am hungry, remember the I is not Brahman. The I is figuratively being used. Literally speaking, Atma means I, right? So the Upanishad is saying that when you use the word I, the mukhya meaning, the real meaning is Atma. But when you are conversing with somebody and you say, I am hungry, you are using it in a figurative sense. That figurative usage is called Gauna Prayoga, figurative usage. As long as you are interacting in the world and you are very clearly aware that it is Gauna Prayoga, everything is fine. But when you say, I am hungry, and you're using it in the main sense of Mukhya Prayoga, you have forgotten that you are Brahman. You are saying, I am the body. That's when all the problem starts. So now let's look at the next mantra, a very, very beautiful, very, very profound mantra. Mantra number 19. मय्येव सकलं जातम्
मय्येव सकलं जातम्
मयि सर्वं प्रतिष्ठितम्
मयि
मयि सर्वं प्रतिष्ठितम्
मयि सर्वं लयं याति
मयि
मयि सर्वं
सर्वं
लयं याति
तद्ब्रह्माद्वयम् अस्म्यहम्
तद्ब्रह्माद्वयमस्मयमस्म्यहम्.
Okay, so the last word is slightly confusing when you break it up with this Brahma Advayam Asmi Aham. That you should remember. Brahma Advayam Asmi Aham. Aham Advaya Brahma Asmi. So let's look at the words. Sakalam Jatam. Everything that is born. Mai Eva is born in me alone. Sarvam Pratishtham. Mai. Everything that is existing is based in me alone. Sarvam layam yati. The whole universe, when it is destroyed during pralayam, my, my alone. It goes into me alone. And who is that me? Aham asmi. I am Tat Advaya Brahma. That non-dual Brahman. Okay. So in the previous verse, we saw that the Jivatma was highlighted. Jivatma's nature was highlighted. In this verse, the equation is the same. Jivatma is equal to Paramatma. But unlike the previous verse, now the Paramatma is being described. And it's a very, very beautiful mantra. So to understand the mantra, we should recall the example of the dream. In the dream, you do not know that you are the waker because the waker has projected the dream, right? And while in the dream, you are a entity within the dream universe. You are a creature within the Swapna Prapancha. That's an important idea. Within the dream, there is no way of coming out of the Prapancha. You are within the dream Prapancha. But the moment you wake up, you say that the dream world was projected by me, the dream world was within me, that dream world did not affect me at all, cannot affect me at all. Right? So the dream world is born from me. Projected by me is what? I am the Srishti Karanam, the creator. And the dream was where? It was within me only. And therefore I am the Sthiti Karanam. And when I wake up, where does the dream go? It resolves into me only. Therefore I am the Laya Karanam. So as far as the Swapna Prapancha is concerned, I am Srishti Karanam, Sthiti Karanam, and Laya Karanam. This is fairly simple to understand, right? All of us go through it every day. And all of us can make this statement that I am Srishti Karanam, I am Sthiti Karanam, I am Laya Karanam very boldly with a lot of conviction. But when can you say it? Only when you wake up. As a waker, you can say it. You can never say it as a dream. And this example is fundamental in understanding that when I am in this Jagrat Prapancha, it is actually a big dream, a Mahaswapna. And when I wake up from that dream, I will be able to say the same things. I am Srishti Karanam, I am Sthiti Karanam, and I am Laya Karanam. But I will be able to say it about the entire universe. This waking up is through knowledge alone, through jnanam alone. And this is what is being said here. Mayeva sakalam jata. From me alone, everything is born. The entire creation arises from me alone. So I am the Jagrat Karanam Brahma. Time and space itself is born from me. And we should be very, very clear about the word me. Here, the word me is not Gavana Prayoga. It is not figurative usage. Because if you take it as your body mind complex, then this mantra becomes meaningless. Right? Because your body mind complex is part of the whole universe. There is no possibility of saying that I am the creator. And this verse is meant for Nididhyasanam. And before sitting for Nididhyasanam, I should be very clear that I am the consciousness principle when I am saying this. When I'm making the statement, I am the consciousness principle. Right? So slowly, slowly, I should learn to distance myself from the anatmas. And the anatmas are generally divided into five. Pancha anatma, we say. What are they? Profession, possession, family, body, and mind. So when you sit for meditation, you withdraw from all these one by one. You can simply, hand them over to Vishwarupa Ishwara when you enter the meditation room. And therefore, when you're entering the meditation room, you are actually handling two things, basically. All these five can be compressed to two. Ahankara and Mamakara. The I sense and the mind sense, M-I-N-E, mind sense, they must be handed over. And symbolically during Onam, there's a symbolism in the Mahabali and Vamana Avatara. Mahabali handed over everything, right, to Vamana. What remained?
Himself.
His own body.
His Ahankara remained.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
that's why the last two steps. The first step, it is said that in the first step, Vamana covered the entire universe, right? That's three steps he took, right? So in the first step, he covered the entire universe. So there, everything was handed over by Mahabali. He took away everything from Mahabali. But Mahabali still had two things, Mamakara and Ahankara. And therefore, two more steps were necessary. One to remove Mamakara and one to remove Ahankara. That's the symbolism of one of, right? And therefore, from me, the pure consciousness principle, the entire creation is born. But when it is born, it is not permanent. It has a temporary existence only, right? We may think, thousands of years have gone by, millions of years have gone by. That is all the Vyavaharika view. But from the point of view of my view, actually, me as Brahman, every cycle of creation is only a moment. There are millions of cycles. I mean, it's unending cycles, right? It never started and never will end. So from the point of totality, every experience is very, very momentary. The problem is that we, it's like watching a movie. You miss the substratum of the movie, the screen, and you focus on the moving figures. So, Mai Sarvam Pratishtitam. This is the next one. I am first the Shrishti Karanam. Then Mai Sarvam Pratishtitam. I am the Sthiti Karanam also. Everything remains in existence. Why? Because I lend it existence. I lend existence and I lend consciousness, and therefore everything remains. My sarvam pratishtatam. Whatever exists, exists only because of me. And ultimately, when collective prarabdha is over, my sarvam layam yati. They resolve into me only. Therefore, I am the laya karanam. I am srishti, sthiti, laya karanam. Remember that until you are able to claim this successfully, comfortably, when you say, I am the Srishti Sthiti Laya Karana, your conviction should be so strong that at least to yourself, you should be able to say it without the slightest doubt. If you say it to your wife or your husband, I don't guarantee what will happen. But at least to yourself, look in the mirror and say, yes, I am Srishti Sthiti and Laya Karana. And when looking in the mirror, forget the body. That consciousness principle which is behind this body, which is behind this universe, that I am. If you are able to say this comfortably to yourself at least, when you use the word I, if you are using it in the mukhya meaning, the chief meaning of consciousness, then Vedanta has been assimilated. Right? But that meaning should be constantly at the back of your mind. That is why you do nididhyasana. Because when you use the word I as I am consciousness, the next moment somebody comes and says, let's go to the market, then the I changes. The I becomes the body mind complex. That constant pull of anatma is there. And therefore, during that pull, you should not forget that you are consciousness. You can go with your friend, go with your wife, go with your spouse for shopping, for anything, entertainment. I use the word I in the figurative sense, but at the back of your mind, you should ensure that you remain as OC and not as the RC. Because the RC is never free of troubles. Why? Because RC is RC because of the RM. The RM is matter. Matter is always changing. Matter is never free of trouble. Right? Also remember that when you say you are Srishti Karanam, you are manifesting through the macro upadhi, through samashti upadhi. So when you say I am the Karanam, that manifestation is still not the original OC. It is a RC only, but reflected through the macro upadhi, the samashti upadhi, the universe. So from that point of view, I am Srishtikar. From the standpoint of my body-mind complex, I am the karyam, the product, the jivatma. But if I ignore both these upadhis, the universe as well as my body, then I am not the karanam or the karyam. I am nothing but pure consciousness. Right? So from the Utkrishta Upadhi, I am Srishtikaran. From the Nikrishta Upadhi, I am Jivatma. But without the Upadhis, Nirupadhika, I am neither Karanam nor Karyam. Then what am I? Tat Brahma Advayam Aham Asmi. I am that non-dual Brahma. It's a very, very beautiful mantra. Very good for one of the best mantras for Nididhyasana. Easy to commit to memory also. You will find this mantra coming again and again in very many commentaries which acharyas do. Any questions on this particular mantra?
Sir, you said that only in the as a waker I realize that I'm born and I'm all these three things. But even a dreamer also, I'm the one who exists and I'm the one who creates the world and I'm the one it dissolves in
No.
me.
The dreamer is inside the dream. From the dreamer's point, he can never say that I have created this dream. There are these. Are you talking about lucid dreams? Those are not accepted by Vedanta. Because within the dream, there is no way that you can say that I am the dream. I am the creator of the dream. In the dream, you are whatever the dream has manifested you as. If you are a king, you're a king in the dream. If you're a beggar, you're a beggar in the dream. If you're running away from a tiger in the dream, you are being chased by the tiger in the dream. There is no way that you can say that I created the dream. Because the moment you say that, you are free of the dream, right? Moksha. You got moksha from the dream.
Right.
Okay. So we will go to the next mantra. Again, a very, very beautiful mantra. Anoranyan hamev tadvad
Anoraniya
अनयोरणीयानमहमेव तद्वद
Mahanaham Vishwamaham Vichitram
Mahan
महामहं
महानहं
विश्वमहं
विश्वमहं
विचित्रम्
विचित्रम्
Puratano Aham Purushoham Ishaha
Puratano
पुरातनोऽहं
पुरातनोऽहं
पुरुषोऽहमीशः
पुरुषोऽहमीशः
Hiranyamayoham Shivarupam
हिरण्ययोऽहं
हिरण्यमयोऽहं
शिवरूप
शिवरूपमस्मि.
अस्मि.
As I said, all these mantras we can commit to memory and use it for our Nididhyasana. One mantra for one session would be great. So let's look at the words. Aham Aniyan Anoho. So Anoraniyan is Anoho Aniyan Aham Eva. Aham Aniyan Anoho. I am more subtle than the subtle. I am subtler than the subtle. And Tadvat, in the same way, Aham Mahaneva. I am also big. So there you have to say I am bigger than the biggest. Aham Vichitram Vishwa. I am this multifold, manifold universe. The universe in all its glory with various entities. Aham Puratanaha. I am the ancient one. Aham Purushaha. So here Purushaha has the meaning of pervasiveness, no? All pervasive. So Aham Purushaha. I am the all pervasive one. Aham Ishaha. I am the ruler. Aham Hiranyamayaha. I am the shining one. Hiranyamaya means shining like Hiranyam is gold, so shining like gold. So I am the effulgent one, the self-revealing one. Shiva Rupam Asmi. Shiva is auspiciousness. So I am the very auspiciousness itself. This verse has to be connected to this mantra has to be connected to the previous mantra. Where is that previous mantra you said that you are the Srishti Karana, Karana Parama. And here it is, where is that Karana Paramatma located? You know, so where is any Karanam located? What is the answer? Where is any Karanam located?
Everywhere.
Better answer. Where is the gold located?
Arts in the hidden agenda.
The ornaments.
In the
Look at the ornaments. Every Karanam is located in the Karyam. There is no Karyam apart from the Karanam. And therefore, wherever you look for Karanam, you don't have to look anywhere. Look at the product itself. The product itself is the Karanam, a form. That's all. So, in Sanskrit, ekam karanam eva aneka karya rupena bhati. That one karanam itself shines in the form of all the products. Right? So, I am in the form of everything. That karanam I am. And an explanation is there. Anoranya Amayeva. I am subtler than the subtle, which means I am the smallest product also. Tadvat, in the same way, Ham Mahaneva. I am the biggest product also. I am the bacteria. I am also the universe. Every product I alone will be found. Right? And we saw the same mantra in same idea in Kathopanishad. It said that I am the smallest and the biggest thing in creation. Right? And when you say I am the smallest and the biggest, how do you understand? These are you know, the ideas which someone who is not familiar with the Vedanta will never understand. And he will think this is rubbish. How can something be small and big at the same time? So here, our understanding is the entire creation is nothing but Atma plus name and form. Right? So just as you can look at the smallest bubble in the ocean and call it water, and you look at the biggest ocean, that is also water. You have to understand that the content of the bubble and the ocean is water. The content of the smallest product, the bacteria or the virus, and the content of the biggest product, the entire universe, billions of you know miles across. That is also Atma only. So the bubble is a product, Karyam. And the Karanam for the bubble is what? The ocean. But from the Vedantic point of view, there is neither a bubble nor the ocean. There is neither a product nor the Karanam for the product. There is only water. Similarly, from the point of view of the universe, there is neither the bacteria nor the entire universe. There is only Atma associated with different names and forms. So I am that one Satchit Atma who appears as the smallest atom and appears as the biggest entity in the universe. So I, the Atma, am appearing only as the Karyam as well as the Karanam, and therefore extend that argument. I appear as Jivatma as well as Parama. The word Jiva and the word Parama, they refer to the Upadis. If I remove the Upadi, I am only Ekatma, only the Atma. So this awareness of the fact, this understanding of the fact that I alone appear in everything, that is called Sarvatma Bhavaha, a very important word. Sarvatma Bhavaha. Sarvam Atma iti Bhavaha. The understanding that everything is Atma alone. In short, Aham Vishwam. I am the universe. I appear as the universe. And Vichitram Vishwam is explanation. Universe has so many entities, so many objects. But I appear as all of them. Right? And this is why we say Jnani has no desires. Because if I am appearing as the whole universe and every object in the universe I am appearing as, what could I possibly desire? Because I am there everywhere. And the next word is, when was I born? Puratanam aham. I am the oldest. I was never born. And I will never die. I was always there. And aham purushaha. So here the word purushaha has a specific definition. Purayati sarvam iti purushaha. Purayati means fills up. Purakarna. Purnakarna. Fills up. So purayati sarvam iti purushaha. That which fills up everything. That which pervades everything. That is purushaha. Aham purushaha. And if I am pervading everything, I have to be the karanam only. And therefore only Ishaha. Ishaha means I am the Lord, I am Swatantraha, I am independent. I am the only Satyam. I am Swatantraha Asmi. I have many names and forms. With names and forms, I am the world. Without names and forms, I am pure consciousness alone. And I am Hiranyamayaha, effulgent like gold, which means I am self-evident. You don't need anything else to know that I am. Right? Everybody knows I am. Nobody needs to be told I am. Self-effulgent, self-evident is the nature of Atma. Of course, you may not know, you know, who exactly you are. That you are, you know. But what is your nature? That Shastra has to tell you. Then Shiva Rupaha. Shiva Rupaha means Mangala Swarupaha. Mangala Swarupaha can also be taken as Ananda Swarupaha because Ananda is Mangalam. Ananda is auspiciousness. And this is my original name, nature. This is the Sarvatma Bhavaha. Right? So this is consciousness as Sat and Chit. Now, Lord Brahmaji, Prajapati. Why is Prajapati involved here?
He's teaching.
He's the teacher. Okay. He is the teacher. So Prajapati is a teacher. And now he brings in the third concept of Ananda. Because consciousness as Sat and Chit we have seen. Now he brings in the third concept of Ananda. He said, this Ananda is this bliss, this happiness, which is the original nature of consciousness, of Atma, is reflected in the mind now and then. The reflection is called Pratibimba Ananda or experienced pleasure. So this experienced pleasure appears when the mind reflects the Ananda, and this experienced pleasure disappears when the reflection goes away. Because the mind is anatma, and anatma is constantly coming and going, constantly fluctuating. Hence, the experiential pleasures will always come and go. But I, the original Ananda, I don't have anywhere to go to. I'm always present. Right. So, some students always ask, after thoroughly assimilating Vedanta, will all my problems be gone? No. Vedanta will not solve your problems. The problems will be very much there. But when the mind is, saturated with the idea that I am Brahman, I am Ananda itself, then it is easier to accept and work along with those problems. Problems will be overpowered, so to say. Abhibhava. It will be overpowered. It's like in the daytime you don't see the stars. It's not because the stars are not there, but they are overpowered. They are not seen because of the very strong sunlight. And therefore, remember that as a jnani, you will have the same problem as the ajna because both of you are live in this one world. But because of the nididhyasana, the brightly shining light of Atma Jnanam, you will find that the problems don't disturb you. That is why Shravanam alone is not enough. You should do Nididhyasana very, very regularly. Okay. Any questions? Okay, right. We have one more. We have time for one more. We will do the 21st mantra. Apani Pado Shakti
पाणिपादोऽहमचिन्त्य शक्तिः
शक्तिः
Pashyama Chakshusha Shronam Yakarnaha
Pashyam
पश्यामचक्षुषा
कर्णः
शृणोम्यकर्णः
कर्णः
Aham Vijanami Vivikta Rupaha
aham
अहं
जानामि
विजानामि विविक्तरूपः
विविक्तरूपः
न चास्ति वेत्ता मम चित्सदाहम्
na
न
chasti
चास्ति
चास्ति
वेत्ता
वेत्ता मम
मम
चित्सदाहम्
चित्तदाहम्
So these definitions we have seen before also. Aham, apani, apadaha. What does it mean? Don't say I'm without water, okay?
no hands.
without hands and legs.
I have no hands and legs. Then achintya shaktihi aham. What does it mean?
unlimited
A lot
power
of unbelievable power.
I am endowed with achintyam, incomprehensible, non-understandable powers. Pashyami achakshuhu. So that remember Pashyami achakshuhu because of that year in the middle, that Pashyama chakshuhu is broken. Pashyami achakshuhu. I see without eyes. And Shrunomi akarnaha. The Sandhi breakup is very important. Shrunomya karnaha. Shrunomi akarnaha. I hear without ears. Vivikta rupaha. I have a very clear and distinct form, nature. Aham savijanami. I know everything. But astina, there is no one. Mama vettaha, who knows me. So I know everything and everyone, but no one knows me. Aham sadachitaha. I am pure consciousness principle. So this is the discussion on the sadhana called nididhyasana. So for that, you must have gone through Shravanam, received the message of the Mahavakyam, gone through Mananam, and have no more doubts in your mind about the message of the Mahavakyam. What does the Mahavakyam say? You are Brahman, Tattvamasi, Aham Brahma Asmi. When that knowledge is doubt free, then only Nididhyasana can work. Right? It should not be blind belief. It should not be belief. It should be Shraddha. What is the difference of three? So let's see. When you say, I believe something, some pramanam has given you some knowledge, and you say, I believe it. Remember that when you say, I believe something, the Shastric definition is that there is a fact which you have been told. It is possible for you to verify that fact using other pramanam. But you don't use the other pramanam. You accept the word of the person who has told you that without verification by using another praman. That is called belief. It's a very important idea. Belief is taking the word of one pramanam as true, even though you have the option of using another pramanam to verify, but you don't use it. Why? Because you believe in this pramanam. What is blind belief? Somebody tells you something, or one pramanam tells you something. Another pramanam dismisses that idea, proves it wrong, and yet you choose, in spite of the second pramanam proving it wrong, you choose to believe the first pramanam. That is blind belief. See the difference, okay? Difference between belief and blind belief. And what is Shraddha? Shraddha is a pramanam where you can neither prove or disprove using any other pramanam, and therefore you accept. That is Shraddha. Very nice distinction. And therefore, there is no way, that you can use any other pramanam to tell you that you are Brahman. No pramanam can tell you that you are Brahman. Only Shastram can. And that can neither be confirmed nor dismissed by any other pramanam. You believe in the Shastra. That is called Shraddha. That Shraddha you should have. Right? And that you should have worked with the Mananam logic to ensure that you have no doubts. Therefore, you should not be brainwashed. You should not be conditioned. And remember that when you have this maturity, then only Nididhyasana will work. And the purpose is to understand very clearly that my true nature is Brahman. And therefore, I will revise my ideas. Originally, I used to think that I am this limited body mind complex. I was born. I will be, lurking from one problem to another problem. I will go on, and finally I will die. So that idea has to be given up. I have to look upon myself as Brahman, right? And not only should I learn to look upon myself as Brahman, but because of the constant nididhyasana, every thought in my normal day should be more or less aligned in harmony with this fundamental thought of Aham Brahma Asmi, right? And when I revise my opinion about myself, remember that my opinions about the whole world will change. World, family, events, everything, the world, my opinions will change. I need not communicate those opinions to everybody, but I should know. Because if the corresponding change does not happen, if your entire life thinking pattern does not align with the fundamental Aham Brahma Asmi, then you will be Aham Brahma Asmi only between 6:30 and 7:30 on Sunday mornings.
Only a PhD in Vedanta, as you said.
Yes, only a PhD in Vedanta. All other times you will be a miserable Jiva Asmi. All transactions will be in samsara, in spite of your knowledge. And therefore, Nididhyasanam is a very, very important idea. Which means what? I no longer say this is the description of Brahman. Whenever I hear the Shastra, I must think that the Shastram is talking about me, not about Brahman. And this particular mantra, it talks about the Atma Swarupam, the nature of Atma, from two viewpoints. From the nature of Atma associated with Upadis, Saupadika Atma, and from the nature of Atma free of Upadis, Nirupadika Atma. Right? To take an example, my face, when I look in the mirror, really speaking, my face is got no upadis, right? I mean, I'm talking about the face as the example. So it's limited to that context. My face is Nirupadika face. But when I look at the mirror to shave, or for ladies, when they look at the mirror to put a bindi, you are looking at the Saupadika face. Is it not? The face associated with the reflecting mirror. It's a Saupadika face. And therefore, in a similar manner, you have the Saupadika Atma at the Vyavaharika level. I, OC, who am there obtaining in the RM, I am the Saupadika Atma. But really speaking, I am Nirguna. The Saupadika Atma is Saguna. And that is what he says here. Aham apani apadaha. I am the Atma without any limbs, not associated. The limbs can be taken as upadhis. So I am the Atma without any upadhis. Achakshuhu. As OC, as the Atma, I have no eyes. Pashyami. But I can see how when I am associated with the eyes which are there in the upadhi. So the language of contradictions. I don't have eyes as OC, but as the RC, I have got eyes. Akarnaha shrunomi. I don't have ears as the OC. From Paramarthika Drishti, I don't have ears. Shrunomi aham. But associated with the Upadhi, I can hear. Aham vijanami. As OC, I am not a knower at all. But I become a knower when I am associated with the Upadhi, with the RC. Therefore, Vyavaharika Drishtya, I am Pramata. Paramathika Drishtya, I am not a Pramata at all. And Vivikta Rupaha, I am the knower of many forms. I know knower of everything and everyone. But Mama Vetana Asti cha, I can never be known by anyone because I am aprameyaha. I am never the object of any knowledge. Who am I? Aham sadachitaha. I am pure consciousness alone. So every experience reveals consciousness. Where did we, another Upanishad we have studied, which gives us idea. Every experience reveals consciousness.
Kena. Kena Upanishad.
What is the mantra?
I actually haven't done this Upanishad.
Anybody? What is the mantra?
Acharya, I remember it in English that it says that what you pray is not the real consciousness. The power that allows you to pray is the real
I'll
consciousness.
give you one word as the hint. Matam. There is a mantra using the word matam.
It is there, but it's not exactly coming like in some.
Yeah.
Anybody? It means Every consciousness reveals every thought reveals the existence of consciousness. Okay.
Mai sarvamidam tatam.
Pratibodhitam matam.
Yes.
There. We have done this mantra. So pratibodhitam matam means pratibodha. In every thought, consciousness is revealed. You don't need separate proof. Every thought that you have, thought means experience. Every experience that you have, it is the proof of consciousness. And consciousness is the proof of existence. Therefore, aham sadachitaha. I am pure consciousness alone. So with this, we'll stop for today. Thank you for your patience. And I think most probably in the next class, we should be able to complete this Upanishad. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam Eva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Hari
Tat Sat Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you for your
Shivaya Jai.
patience. Om Om.
Thank you, Raviji.